The thread that you need, I usually do it 3 times the length of the book, which is a lot. You'll cut a lot off. Oh, pardon me. But I do that because I don't want to get it all threaded up and then have to undo it again. Right? So that what you're going to do is put that down. This is the third signature. I always start, because I'm right-handed, I always start with the back one, and then I put the next one in, and then I put the next one in. It's just easier for me to see it. If you're left-handed, you might want to start with the front one and go that way, right? So that you're looking at it this way, which is easier if you're left-handed, but I find that a bit, I don't know, it just throws me a bit. So it's handy to have the phone book because you can actually push the pages down into it. So I tap them and make sure they're level that way. And again, if they're a little bit, one's a bit taller than the other, it doesn't really matter. And then you can push them down into this crack here. And these are cards, so I can really, really push them. And then I put these clips on to hold it together, and I've got to make sure that I'm not putting them on a photo because it will mark the photo and I don't want to do that. So I'm just checking on the other side, so you're probably seeing the top of my head there. So that's holding them in place, so you don't have to worry now if it falls open like that, it'll go back where you want it. Right? Then you put in your little guide. I'll just move these down so it'll hold it for me. These ones here. Get in there. And that one there. Right. Now you're going to get your awl and just push it all the way through. And see, it's gone all the way through quite nicely and come out on that fold there. And then what I do is I get it and I sort of wiggle it around a bit to make that hole quite big for the needle to go through. And then the next one there. See, it comes on the fold when you do it in the fold in the phone book. Again, I'm going to wiggle it around. Don't know why that popped off. Put it back on. It's good when you see these videos and things happen like that because you go, oh, things do happen. Right. And then the third one down here. Put it through. Wheel it around a bit. Now some people when they sew it up, they don't like the ends showing through here. Huh? Because you're going to have an end here. So to get the ends on the inside, you start going this way. If you want to hide the ends, then what you can do is start by going through the back, and then the ends will be inside your book, right? They'll be hidden because the other part of your book, this part is going to be here, and the ends will be hidden inside there. So if you don't like the ends hanging out, do it that way, right? But I'm going to do it so the ends this way, because what I do is probably on this one I'll cut out a couple of these little flowers or something and stick them on the end. Some people do little hearts on them. They call them hearts on a string. So it's quite nice. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through here, the middle one first, and then you're going to get your wrong one. I don't want to put the wrong one on. You're going to get this one, right? And you're going to go through this hole here. I might actually just make holes because it's easier. again, I'm doing this because it's got that tie-back on the back. If it didn't have the tie-back on the back, if you're just using paper, you'd probably be able to go through it quite easily. But you see how handy those phone books are. I can push it through and bring it up so that I'm not damaging my table or my work mat or anything like that. So we're going through this one here, the middle. And pull it quite a long way. Have a look inside how long the string is left. Yep, that'd probably be about right. And then what you're going to do is go up to this top one. You go through the middle to the top. The middle to the top. And you come through this side. And pull it up. At this stage it doesn't really matter if you've not pulled it very tight, but I like to make sure it's tight. Then you're going to go right down to this bottom one. Right? So you're going through the bottom one and through the bottom one on there. Right? So you go middle, top, long one down to the bottom, and then you come back through the middle. And this is where sometimes it's a bit difficult because you've already got some string or something through there. So what you want to do when you come out is to have one thread on this side of the string and one thread on the other side of the string, so that when you tie it, you're tying that down. And then what I do is I have a look and make sure that it's nice and tight. Right? You can pull it up, make sure it's nice and tight. Usually if you flip the back, you can see that it's tight. See, got a lot left over, but I don't care because I want it to be good. So this one I'm just going to tie it and let the strings go flat. I'm not going to put a bow. All right, because it wouldn't be suitable. So I do my Girl Guide. I'll just cut this off a little bit so it's not so long. I do my Girl Guide knot. I remember when I was in the brownies in England, I learnt this. So you go right over left and under, and then you go left over right and under, and that gives you a knot that doesn't come apart. I forget what it's called, and I think I'll cut them about that long. About that long. And I might just knot these and not put anything on them because that would go quite well. If you don't stick anything on them and they are string, you need to knot it because it'll fray. So I'm quite happy with that. And later on what I'll do is I'll go around and I'll fray those little edges just to give it a bit of a look. All right. So that's the first one in. Wasn't that simple? Right. So the next one, we get our bit of string and we go 1, 2, 3 lengths. Don't you love this string with all those shadings in it? And then find the needle. This is the problem with string, it sort of undoes as you thread it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the middle signature. Put it in here. First of all, I'll do it on the table. Make sure they're all sitting nice and even. Put it in here. Put the clips on. I'll do these ones first. On a smaller book, you can use these little ones. They're fine. Where the other one's gone? And then up here, just check there's nothing on the back of it. If you've got a book with lots of tags and things like that in it, this has got a flap here. So it's a bit of a loose flap, so I have to keep moving it when I do it. If you've got a lot with lots and lots of ephemera in it and tags, you might want to take it out while you do this. That might be easier for you. So then we get the guide. Where's that gone? Hello, guide, where you gone? Huh. This is what happens. Like, where's it gone? Oh, I sewed it in there. This is what not to do. Don't sew your guide in. Use it as a guide. Ah! Oh, dear, dear, dear. There you go. That's what not to do. So, I did it wrong. I told you wrong. So what you do is you put that in, and then you get a pen and you mark it. See, things go wrong. Here we are. That's what you do. You mark it. You don't sew it into the book. Unless, of course, you want it there. Oh, I love that, Rosemary. Well done. So, when I stop laughing. So, then you put your holes through. Oh dear. And you put it back in there. Put your hole through. Good job I did the second one, or you would have all gone, oh, you have to sew that in. And you'd all had a thing in the middle of your book. Great. So, now I'm going to get this part, and you can see why I'm doing it this way, because I'm right-handed, because I can actually see what I'm doing. So you get the, and where are we going to go? We're going to go in the middle, and in the middle of this lot, pull it through. Up to the top. And through there. Oops. Oh, didn't make that hole big enough, didn't wriggle it around enough. That's why I made a wiggle them around, is because it's very hard to do it. So we've gone middle, top, and then we're going to go right down to the bottom here, and through that one as well on the back. There you go. And this is the one that's a little bit more tricky to get through, because you've already got the string there. When it comes through, see, that's come through on the same side. It doesn't really matter, because you can just pull one through, but get it each side of that center string, pull it up tight, pull this one up tight, and you go right over, left and under. I'll just check that that's, yep, and right over, left and under, and then left over, right and under. There you go. So now we have 2 of them in. Doesn't that look neat?